Today's episode covers leadership moves at Toyota, Ford's new affordable car, Mercedes' concerns about the EU gas ban, a Mazda CX-5 production milestone, and Tesla's continued strength in China-made EV sales. Welcome back to Autonews Daily. I'm Leah Morgan. Let's dive into today's headlines. First up, Toyota. Kenta Kon, Toyota's CEO, has announced new strategies for 2026. The announcement marks an important moment for the world's largest automaker, coming at a time when every strategic shift at Toyota ripples through global supply chains, supplier planning, and the competitive landscape. While the full details were laid out by the company in its statement, the significance lies not only in the specific measures, but in what a fresh strategic framework from Toyota means for production planning, platform development, and partner relationships across the industry. Observers will be watching how Toyota balances legacy strengths in hybrid technology, manufacturing scale, and dealer networks with pressures to adapt to electrification trends and changing regulatory environments around the world. For suppliers, component makers, and regional managers, a leadership-led strategy update typically translates into concrete shifts in procurement priorities and investment timelines, so expect follow-up announcements and implementation plans over the coming months. Moving on to Ford, the company has confirmed it will offer a car priced below $40,000. This confirmation is notable because it signals Ford's intent to compete more aggressively on accessible pricing in a market where affordability is an increasingly important factor for buyers. A sub-$40,000 price point positions Ford to capture buyers who are weighing total cost of ownership alongside the move toward electrified powertrains and advanced features. For dealers and competitors, that confirmation raises questions about equipment levels, trim strategy, and how margins will be managed while still offering value. It also invites a closer look at how such a vehicle will be marketed, whether as a mass-market EV candidate, a combustion or hybrid model aimed at volume sales, or as a carefully priced compact that leans on Ford's global architecture to hold costs down. How consumers respond will depend on perceived value, available incentives, and how this model fits into broader shifts in buying preferences. Next, Mercedes and regulatory uncertainty in Europe. Mercedes has expressed concern about the European Union's planned ban on new gas-powered cars taking full effect in 2035. Those concerns reflect broader industry unease about regulatory timelines and the pace at which long-established internal combustion engine supply chains must be retooled. For a premium automaker like Mercedes, the shift raises operational and strategic questions around product roadmaps, investments in new powertrain platforms, and the fate of combustion engine expertise and supplier relationships. The company's caution underscores a tension many manufacturers face, aligning long-term sustainability goals and compliance obligations with the realities of manufacturing transitions, workforce retraining, and market demand across different regions. Automakers will need to reconcile regulatory certainty with market signals, and the path to 2035 looks set to involve a mix of accelerated R&D, phased product introductions, and close dialogue with regulators and supply chain partners. Now to Mazda. Production of the CX-5 has reached a notable milestone. The CX-5 has been an important model for Mazda, contributing to the company's volume and market presence in the compact SUV segment. Achieving another production milestone speaks to sustained demand and efficiency in manufacturing operations, and it's likely to be welcomed by suppliers and regional distributors who rely on steady model flows. That kind of milestone also reflects the health of the vehicle's life cycle and Mazda's ability to maintain relevance in a competitive segment where product freshness, option availability, and regional tastes matter. For industry watchers, milestones like this often serve as a reminder that established nameplates remain central to automakers' short-term profitability, even as long-term strategies pivot toward electrification and new vehicle segments. Before we get to our most popular story today, a quick request. Please like and subscribe. It helps us keep bringing the news to you. Finally, the most followed item on today's list, Tesla's performance in China-made electric vehicle sales. Tesla is maintaining a competitive showing in China-made EV sales despite a range of industry headwinds, and that resilience matters to anyone tracking global EV adoption and manufacturer positioning. China remains the world's largest automotive market, and Tesla's locally produced models are competing in a crowded field that includes a growing roster of Chinese EV makers, established global brands, and shifting consumer preferences. That Tesla continues to hold competitive ground suggests the company's local production, pricing strategies, and brand appeal are keeping it in the mix, even as pressure on margins and demand volatility affect the wider industry. At the same time, competitive showing doesn't mean there aren't challenges. Industry headwinds, from pricing pressure to supply chain disruptions and evolving consumer expectations, create a complex environment in which maintaining momentum requires continual adjustments. For competitors and suppliers, Tesla's performance in China offers both a benchmark and a cautionary tale. Market leadership can be sustained, but it requires constant attention to manufacturing efficiency, local market alignment, and product value. Policy shifts, local incentives, and competitive launches over the coming quarters will determine how resilient each manufacturer's position remains. That wraps up today's headlines. Thank you for spending this time with Autonews Daily. If you have feedback or topics you'd like us to cover, reach out through our show page. Thank you, and see you tomorrow.